I thought his little shorts said squish on the back.
Squish?
Which would be really gross.
Squish.
Gross. They don't say squish, but that's what I thought it said for a second.
There was a wrestler named Squish.
I just think it's gross to have squish on the back of your pants.
So last thing you're gonna see before I destroy you. Squish. Alright, hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever here on the Sideshow Network. Worst Collection Ever, where we go through our terrible comic book collection and pull out the rankest, worst books that we have and talk about them. Mm-hmm. Because we have so many of them, and our house is pretty much like, our place is pretty much like literally teeming with...
I don't know if that's true.
It feels like it.
It's not teeming. It's not like you don't walk in the front door and see just shitty comics everywhere. Like, don't make people think that we're hoarders. No flat cats up in here.
No. We have one very round cat.
There's not like a tiny little pathway you can walk through.
I'm so glad I'm not a hoarder.
We have a lot. It's not as bad as it could be.
Yeah. Well, anyways, but we're here to kind of justify our purchases so we can talk about these books and make fun of them and have you, the listeners, enjoy it. So this week...
And you're Shawn.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm Shawn.
I'm Jen.
I'm Shawn, she's Jen, and we are your hosts. So thank you for joining us. So let's get into it. Today we start with our DC selection. Mm-hmm. It is Steel, Volume 2, number 17, from July 1995.
Yeah.
This is a thick book.
It's a thick book, but it's not because there's a lot of pages. It's like...
I feel like the stock is different.
The stock's different.
Yeah. But it's that. It's like it's a regular number. It's not annual. It doesn't even have page numbers. What pages? I don't know. Anyways. So Steel. What do we know about Steel? He is a guy...
He's like a vigilante dude with a suit.
Like everybody?
Yeah, pretty much. He's got like a sweet suit, and he has a big hammer, and he saves the little guy from the bad guys. So basically, that's it.
He used to be kind of a Superman guy.
Kind of.
And then he was like, I'm still going to do this thing even though Superman is bad.
He doesn't have any superpowers or anything. He's just like a dude in a suit.
How does his face move in the suit?
I'm not sure because he kind of takes a helmet.
Yeah, it's a helmet.
Right?
Like, he takes it off like a helmet.
But it, like, molds to his face, so it has facial expressions? I'm not sure.
Yeah.
And he also stole Superman's cape, looks like.
Or he has a fancy cape. Yeah. And Shaquille O'Neal played him in a movie.
Yeah.
We often forget about that, and we don't often talk about it.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, that was a movie. That was an actual movie. That was an honest-to-God movie that somebody that Hollywood made,
and nobody saw it, right?
And nobody saw.
Yeah, that sounds right. Do you remember that bad TV sketch where the guy made fun of Shaquille O'Neal and he had like the lazy eye?
Oh, it was probably Aries Spears.
I think it was.
He does the Shaq impression all the time.
Yeah.
Shaq.
Anyway.
Anyways, so we start off with
Steel's in an alleyway.
He's in an alleyway.
And the problem with this thing, the problem he's running into is there's a wall in his way. So he pulls out his big hammer and he smashes it through a giant brick wall.
But here's the thing. So apparently he's tracking down... So basically what he's doing, he's trying to track down this girl in a wheelchair that was abducted.
Yes, someone was abducted.
Named Tyke.
Yes.
And he's trying to find Tyke, and he comes up to this wall that's got... I'm assuming this is a game...
It's a gang, yeah.
It's a gang emblem, but why would you... Well, I guess, that's what gangs do. They mark their territory.
Yeah, they mark their territory.
But he just has this idea that it's like, well, if I smash this wall with my hammer...
Oh, can we also say that Steele's name is John Henry Irons?
Yeah.
And which is based on John Henry, who was an African-American folk hero.
Yeah.
Who had, a big hammer and thing. So anyway, go ahead.
Yeah,
continue.
so that was the thing they did.
Yeah, continue.
It's all good. But...
So he busts through, the little symbol on the wall. Now, I don't understand why he would just be like, oh, I have to break this wall down. And
that's what I'm trying to figure out.
He's just like, oh, the symbol's on the wall, it must mean that they're behind it, but I don't know if that makes any sense.
That's like...
Usually it would be like, these are, the edges of our territory.
It's not like a supermarket or something where it's like, hey, there's it's like an Arby's. We're like, hey, there's an Arby's sign. I'm assuming there's an Arby's underneath it.
Right. Yeah, it's weird. So he, busts through, and he, busts into, a garage.
He busts into a garage, and it's basically a chop shop, but he's like, hey, I'm not here to bust this chop shop.
Yeah, he's like, I don't give a shit about your chop shop, guys. I want this kid. And they're like, oh, no, we're not going to give you this kid. We're going to shoot you instead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're shooting so apparently they have, super guns.
Yeah.
So he's afraid of guns, even though he's steel, which I find to be kind of weird.
Well, I mean, is he bulletproof? I don't exactly know.
Well, I mean, he's wearing a steel shirt,
right, but is it bulletproof?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know much about his suit. I don't know how he made his suit. I don't know why he can even talk in this suit.
I know, because you could actually, see his, teeth and stuff.
How come his teeth aren't steel?
It's weird. The fact that he can,
he's
have
got
such amazing facial expressions.
Yeah, he's got steel lips and stuff.
Yeah, the whole thing.
It's weird.
It's like Botox, but with metal.
You got a Botox. It's named Botox.
No, if he was created today, his name would be Botox. Or Steel.
So he wastes these guys.
Yeah, it just starts kicking ass.
Starts smacking these guys around.
Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh, you can only catch one of us because one runs one way and runs the other. And he smashes this car with a hammer, and the dude goes through the windshield. That guy has to be dead.
Oh, he's dead now.
That guy has to be dead. Because the dude's trying to speed away from him, and he smashes the car so hard with his hammer that it literally stops in his tracks, and the guy goes through the windshield. That guy is dead.
Oh yeah.
And Steele's just whatever.
Yeah, and he
more instances of heroes killing people and it being okay.
I do though that I get to see stuff that he can do with his suit here.
Oh, you mean shoot railroad spikes?
Yeah, he shoots rivets and which he actually shoots at a friggin' wheel. He's actually very smart.
Yes.
He's like, hey, they're getting away. I'll shoot this wheel.
Yeah, smart.
So they don't get away.
Yeah. At least he didn't kill that guy. That guy might live.
Yeah. So he grabs one guy and he tries to get some news out of him, and the guy's
he does the Batman where he just holds him over a thing, and he's like, oh, I might drop you.
Might drop you, and this guy's kind of fuck you.
Yeah, the guy's I don't give a shit. He's like, no, really, I might drop you. I was like, okay, man, fine, I'll tell you.
Yeah. And, yeah, so he just, as he's flying away, we see some dude on a rooftop observing him, and he's like,
I'm gonna get you.
That gives me some data on your armor, and you're gonna be mine, and says this unnamed person.
Yeah.
So let's come back to him later.
Sure.
He goes home, and this all takes place in DC, I believe, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. He goes home, and see, here's the thing: he somehow
he takes his mask off.
Well, he sneaks into the house without just smashing everything because he's in a giant friggin' steel suit.
Yeah.
But
an obnoxious red cape.
This giant red cape. What does he get through? A window?
I don't know. I have no idea. Somehow he's home.
They know? I think his family knows he's still.
I'm pretty sure his daughter? Because she, at the end, she walks up to him and is like, hey, your hammer works again.
Yeah.
Is that his daughter or his cousin or something?
I think it's his niece or his nephew.
Yeah,
somebody that's family or whatever, somehow.
Yeah, so they know. So, he's like, oh, well, the kids are really worried because we can't find Tyke, but I bet Grandma's making some home cooking.
Yeah, he's like, all right, time to eat.
Yeah.
And there's, apparently it's Thanksgiving because she made this giant turkey.
Well, apparently that's what Grandma always does. And he mentions her a lot in this book.
He loves his grandma.
Loves his grandma.
Loves his grandma. She makes good food.
Loves his grandma. So,
I think that's fun. What?
Next page.
Oh, I was going to talk more about turkeys.
Go ahead.
No, because I always fascinated because I had a friend who whose father was once making a turkey, and like it wasn't Thanksgiving, and I always find that to be very like. I mean, you can make a turkey whenever you want.
You could technically make a turkey
and
whenever you want.
Nobody's going to stop you from making a turkey, but it always fascinates me when you're making a turkey and it's not Thanksgiving.
Why?
I don't know.
Turkey's delicious.
I know turkey's great. I would love a turkey. I love a turkey right now, but it's a lot of work.
Well, that's the thing. Turkeys are a lot of fucking
It's a lot of work to
They
make
take
a
forever
good.
to cook.
It's a lot of work to make a good turkey.
Yeah, and they take forever.
It takes a series of hours.
Yes, it does.
To make a turkey.
Yes, it does. How fucking long does it take me to make Thanksgiving dinner? Like forever.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But yeah, I just thought, I'm kind of fascinated by that. Anyways, so he comes home and they're like, hey, one of his nephews. Because they're calling him Uncle Seal.
Yeah. So yeah, a relation.
Yeah. Somebody's like, oh, well, where are you going? One of the kids, Jamal's trying to leave. And he's like, where are you going? I'm going to find Tyke. Yeah. Because I'm assuming, is Tyke like his...
I don't know if it's like a friend or they're related somehow. I don't know. It never really explains. I'm sure if we read the one before this, maybe it would explain. But I don't know. But he's like, I'm going to go find this kid. And he's like, no, you're going to stay here. And I'm going to work on it. You stay here.
You stay here.
And by the way, he is drawn in such a way that everyone around him looks like they're very small.
Well, he's a giant man.
Because he's just drawn where he like fills up the entire panel, and he's so tall that his head actually goes outside of it. Like he's just like this bulky, massive man.
He used to play, he's
like Terry Crews could play him in a movie.
Terry Crews should play him in a movie.
Terry Crews should play most everybody.
I don't think Steele the character. I didn't look this up properly, but I don't think he's around anymore.
You mean like currently in the New 52?
Yeah, I don't think he's around. Is he?
I don't know actually, but you'd think that they would bring him back.
What? So Terry Crews can play him?
Well,
yeah.
Terry Crews should definitely play him, but like, there's such talk about like how comics don't have a lot of diversity, and here you have a hero of color.
You have a black guy
who
in a
kicks
suit.
a lot of ass, man. Like he's pretty sweet. So you'd think that they'd still have him around. I don't know.
Yeah. So anyway, now we're here with this guy. His name is So
this is ridiculous.
He's a bounty. So basically, from what I understand, he's a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
Who.
It's like a Native American guy.
Native American guy, he's a bounty hunter, and he's got all this science.
Well, he, too, also has, like, a suit thing, right? Like, is that his deal? He's got, like...
Well, he's got, like, some sort of cyber suit or whatever. His name is Chindi, which I guess means something.
Sure, that's a thing. It's a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I'm gonna go with, okay, somebody just, like, picked up a dictionary and we're like, that's his name now. Whatever. So, like, whatever. So, as this guy is like, I'm gonna go get Steel. Because for some reason, why is he after him? There's like a bounty.
Because it's a bounty. He's trying to, he's a mercenary trying to get money, and he's like, well, I've got, like, I somehow was able to, like, get all this information and stuff, and, like, he's got, like, he's got this really nice, like, setup, that he's using just to research this guy's suit.
Yeah.
Like, it's a lot of work just to be a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's kind of counter... I don't know, I just feel like, it's like, dude, just go out there and just get the fucking bounty. Just do it.
Right.
You could figure out a way, but he's got all sorts of bells and whistles, and this guy's like, all right, well, I fixed my suit to make sure that nothing happens to me, so here I go with my satchel bag.
Yeah, off I go.
Because, he's Native American, so you gotta make sure
you gotta have, like, a satchel bag with fringe on it.
If you're Native...
Because if you don't draw that, we might not know.
We might mistake him for just a regular person. No,
we have to. No. You gotta make sure.
We might not have a stereotype here, but
right.
Yeah. So anyway, so he goes. So Steele goes to the park.
Yep, where he runs into like a detective, right?
Yeah.
So there's this lady detective, and she's, by the way, really weird. Which we'll talk about her.
Why? Because she's drinking out of a juice
No.
box?
Go back. Oh. So like, she's like, I'm having a nice little lunch or whatever, and so he shows up, and she's like, "Hey, Steele," because she totally likes him. Right?
Hey there.
And he's like, hey, I'm trying to find this kid. And she's like, oh, there's been a big rash of child abductions lately, but there's no evidence of kiddie porn. And you're like, whoa, lady, what the fuck? Like, why?
So, yeah, no
I'm just talking about a missing kid. Like, we don't need to be jumping to kitty porn.
She's like, not that I would know anything about that.
What the fuck is wrong with you, lady?
Time to call my Uncle Gary Glitter.
I'm just like, what the
I know, she kind of...
Why did you just drop that in there?
Yeah, if this is for a guy that she's like, hey, I already checked out the kitty porn, it's okay.
Yeah.
Kitty porn won't go on a date.
It's just, why couldn't you just be like, oh, because we're looking into that right now. There has been a rash of children missing, but we don't see any connection. Like, that's what you usually would say. Like, you.
And then she's like, I've got a hunch the true nature of the disappearances could be a lot scarier.
Like, what the fuck's scarier?
Yeah, no, it's like, yeah,
There's
what is
literally nothing scarier.
what? Like, they're throwing the kids in a
wood chipper?
In a wood chipper? It's like
this is fucking Fargo now. Like.
Throwing them kids. Somebody's taking these kids to a volcano and throwing them in. So, anyway, so this weirdo, she's drinking a juice box.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, blah, blah, blah. Something might be going on with this waste treatment.
Yeah,
and
she's like, we're trying to get, this is what she goes, she's, we can't say anything because we don't have a warrant yet, but I'll tell you that there's something going
because
on.
I'm a good cop.
Yeah, I'm a terrible cop, apparently. Going on with this waste treatment facility. And he's like, okay, well, thanks for the info. And she's like, don't you want to stay for dessert? And he's like,
So what does she have, like half a ho-ho? She's there with a bag lunch. What does she bring? Like
Hostess cupcakes. There's usually 2. Or Twinkies.
She's just Twinkie.
She's going to give him one. She gets the other one, and then he gets to stand in broad daylight. Fucking metal suit.
Actually, I would like that'd be great if it's just a bunch of panels of him just like wordlessly eating a Twinkie while in his metal suit.
I mean, they could have. That's how you could bring the Hostess comic book advertising right back into the modern day.
Stay for dessert.
Which is weird that she would ask him. Like, usually it could have like a different connotation, but they're in a park. So there's literally nothing.
Who the hell does like ask for somebody like if you're out like in a park, you're just like you have hey, let's have lunch at the park and you go stay for dessert. It's like, get away from me.
Wouldn't you want to be like, hey, do you want some of my ho ho? Like,
or do you want?
But
hey,
that sounds dirty too.
You want to go take a walk for some Italian ice?
Yeah,
that would make sense.
Hey, you want to go grab a ice cream over at the waffle cone guys thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, she really wants to bang Steel apparently.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all right.
No, she's into it.
She's into the metal suit.
Yeah, so it's funny because he's flying.
He's like,
because she's like, oh, was he nervous? No, he's just active and stuff. And I'm like, who cares if he's nervous? You just offered him dessert and then
first you dropped kitty porn and then you asked him if he would want to stay for dessert.
Yeah,
no wonder he wants to get away from you.
She rolled out kitty porn in the middle of broad daylight. She's like, no kitty porn.
Yeah.
Would you like a ho-ho? No.
Yeah, exactly. No wonder he wants to get away from you. You have no fucking boundaries, lady.
This lady has the worst tact.
Yeah, she's not very good at this.
Anyways, so she
So he speeds off.
He flies away, and he's like at the same time, he's like, maybe she likes Steel. She'll like me too.
Yeah, always
under skin, the metal skin.
Yeah, always the question that's always asked in these books, like, oh, she likes so and so. Was she like the man underneath?
I would like a woman too.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's flying, and all of a sudden he gets yanked down by some magnetic deal, and it's because
our friend,
our buddy Chindi,
trying to come for a suit.
Look at his hair. He's got some great hair.
He's got really great hair. I have to say though that this next couple of pages gets extremely tedious.
Yeah, because basically it's a lot.
It's just 2 dudes with a lot of technology out-technologying each other.
Yeah, because basically...
And it's really fucking boring.
Yeah, because basically what happens is, like, he'll be like, hey, I've got this. And he's like, well, I've got this because science.
Yeah, it's like 2 dudes just being like, no, I got this, no, I got this, no, I got this. And it's really fucking boring.
Yeah, like basically he's like, he shows up and I'm here. He's collected. There's a bounty on the armor.
Right. He wants
not a bounty on him, but a bounty on the armor.
Because they really want to know how that face thing works.
I do too.
I would like to know that too.
Yeah, he's not going to tell anybody. He's like, but I want to know.
Yeah. So there's like a magnet thing, and then Steel's like, I can counteract that magnet with this, and then the other guy's like, oh, no, well, I have this. And then Steele's like, but I can counteract it with this. And it's just, like, literally, like, 4 pages of that. Just, like, back and forth.
Yeah, literally. He throws his hammer would extend, so he throws his hammer at him like he's Thor.
Like he's Thor.
And fucking it just bounces off.
Yeah, he's like, I have a force field.
He's like, I have a force field. He's like, I've got rivets. And he's like, well, I've got glop for your hand.
Yeah, this is like 2 dudes like meeting each other at like a collector's fair, just being and like thinking that they are like the better collector and just like trying to outdo the other guy.
Yeah.
Like, I have this baseball card. Yeah, well, I also have this baseball card. And I got that one too. And now I got this one.
I got this one inside.
Yeah, it's...
Is that how that goes? I've never been to a collector's fair.
I'm going to assume that it's a lot like that.
I've never been to a card show. Never been like... Because I've been to my share of shitty things like that. Yeah, and I've never seen like comic book people be like,
I'm assuming that, you know, it could be like that. Like kids who think that their collections are the best. And they're like, I got this too. I got this too. And they're just trying to like outdo each other.
Yeah. Well, you know, makes sense because I would be, you know,
sure,
jealous of a lot of kids. So.
Well, I mean, I guess they're just like. Now, here's my question. So, like, if this guy, what's his name again? Chindy. I always want to call him Chibi, but I know that is incorrect.
I always want to call him Bindi, but that's the name of Steve Irwin's kid.
Yeah, I want to call him Chibi, but he is not adorable and cute. So.
Monchichi.
What was it? Oh, yeah. So, like, if there's a bounty on Steele's armor for being awesome and, like, kick-ass, why isn't there a bounty on that guy's armor? On that guy's suit? Because that guy's suit seems to be just as cool as Steele's.
He's got a lot of pretty good things, like especially if it can counteract everything.
Yeah. So,
you know.
What the fuck, man? Why isn't there a bounty on your suit, bro?
Well, because he's not the guy that they want. They probably somebody wants... There's probably somebody to put the bounty on it probably wants... a whole, you know, the information that his suit holds. You know, because they want to know about that face thing. They know that, you know, I mean, because look at it here.
That's true, that guy does not have the face thing. He's kind of wearing like a Nightwing mask.
He's got like a Nightwing mask. You know, they're like, oh, we want to get that face thing. It's like, if you somebody get us that face thing, that'd be great. We'll give you lots of money.
Well, why don't they just ask him for the face thing?
But you get the whole suit. But this thing, why don't you just get the whole suit? Because the whole suit's gonna have a whole bunch of other stuff. He's got rivet guns.
No, John Henry's a big dude. Like, where are you gonna put all that stuff?
Oh, you got to figure out how to take it off him. You know.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Is it like one of those things like with Batman, if you try to take off his mask, it's like wired to explode?
Is it really wired to explode?
Yeah.
Like to explode his face?
No, it has like if you try to take it off, it'll either electrocute the person trying to take it off, or it'll
there's
like
gas or something.
Or there's gas. It'll it's. Oh,
I bet it's not like that.
Yeah, it's booby trapped.
I bet it's not like that
because fucking Batman's paranoid.
Right.
Yeah. And Steele's not.
Yeah, but there's like this thing where basically like he throws a bunch of like gravity discs on him to make him like.
It says like there's a bunch. It looks like one.
Well, no, but he throws like 2.
I know.
Big freak.
But then like so Steele, to try to get them off, he plows through because they're on a rooftop, I guess, and he plows through all of these floors all the way to the basement to like knock them off. Now, if there are only 2 of them, I'm like, oh, dude, that was a little excessive.
No, there's 3.
Well, that's still excessive.
Well, yeah, because he was bragging though about how because he was still moving.
Oh.
And he was bragging. He's like, you're still moving. There's 2 on you. He's like, you haven't thought about the man inside the army. It's like, fine, fuck you, 3. You know, which I think is kind of funny. He's like,
fuck you.
You know, so he's like, all right, fine, I'll just blast my way to the bottom here.
Which he does, all the way into a basement.
Into the basement, and he, somehow
by doing that knocks all those things
off and knocks off whatever gunk he put on his rivet gun launcher.
Yeah.
So
he's like, oh, that's good. And so like the guy follows him down into the basement and tries to throw a net on him like he's a fish. Except Steele's just like, nope.
Dude, nets really work.
No, and it doesn't work here either because he's like, nope. Like Steele dodges it, and this is what I don't get. He ducked. Electric net set off that car's fuel tank, so I don't know where the fuck the car came from.
Well, they're in the parking garage.
Oh, I thought they were in a building.
Oh, no, they're in the parking garage.
That makes much more sense.
Yeah, he lands
like, where the fuck is this car?
So imagine, like, this is the same parking garage that Vin Diesel fought in.
I got you, yeah.
Like, when he jumped and knocked it down.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, with just his foot.
With his feet, because
he lived through... he was able to, like, outdrive it falling apart.
Yeah, everybody lives.
Yeah. So Steele's like, well, I just turned off my armor to dodge your net, which I don't understand how that worked. Because I guess it was targeted only when his armor's on. And there's like an on-off switch.
Well, because it's a net that boosts the power flow through his circuits, so it's going to overload them and shut them down. And he's like,
so he just shut himself down?
Yeah, so he just shuts himself down. And apparently that net is able to blow up a car.
Sure.
Because it's got juice on it. Why? Because the net he throws the net on a car, and that you know,
ignites the fuel tank.
Ignites the car because it basically juices the car.
Yeah.
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 So things.
Sure, whatever.
Yeah. Whatever.
Dumb.
It's a bunch of shit. So then
and of course the cops show up.
The cops show up and they're like, "We heard a riot," and
he's like, "You're close enough, dude." But Steele's head is drawn awful, like right here. It looks like his head is very small and his neck is gigantic.
Actually, I think his neck is actually bigger than his head.
Yeah, it is.
You can fit his head almost entirely into his neck.
Yeah. He's got like a cone head at this particular moment. I don't know why they drew him that way.
I'm surprised the cops aren't like, "What's wrong with your head, dude?"
Yeah, like, dude, you okay? Like, did that guy smash your head? Because you look fucked up.
Like, why is your head, like, are you like a monster, like malleable, like he can form and stuff? It's just he looks like a weird alien.
He is a weird alien in this fucking shot. Anyway, so like the other guy had already flown off, and so Steele flies off.
It feels like I ain't gonna deal with this shit.
And then this is like this guy here. He says, "Damn!" Like the cops show up. It's like the FBI or whatever, or just the cops. And he's like, "Damn, we missed him." And he's like, "This time, Agent, what's his name? Buchinsky. This time." But that guy looks like he's smiling, like he let Steele get away.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know if that was intentional.
I don't think
that's how it looks.
I think it's just how they did it. I don't think it was supposed to kind of look like that, though.
Yeah, it looks like he was like, "Oh, he got away."
He's supposed to be that kind of sly looking
drat.
Yeah.
And stuff.
Drat and stuff. So anyway, so we go back to Steele. He's at home. He's talking to his niece or whatever. Yeah, it's his niece because she calls him Unc.
Yeah.
And she apparently knows his deal with his hammer.
Yeah.
And he's like, "I'm off to find this."
Because Jamal is gone.
No, he's not gone. I think she's saying,
"Oh, like you better
do something because he's gonna flip the fuck out."
Yeah, because he's an impulsive young kid. So.
Yeah, he's an impulsive young kid. So we need to.
We got to fix this.
We need to fix this.
Yeah.
And yeah, so then he goes off, and then we've got.
But of course, he has a tracking device on him, and so that guy is like, "I gotcha," because now he's tracking.
It's a pretty big tracking device.
It's huge. I'm surprised I didn't see it.
I'm surprised he was like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
I'm surprised like his fancy armor didn't detect it.
Yeah,
like foreign object.
That's
Steel.
That's Steel.
Yeah.
Steel number 17, July 1995.
So would you read the next one?
I don't know. After going through it again, because at first I was like, "Oh, maybe I might want to find out if this is what happens with this guy and everything."
Yeah.
But, meh.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if I have any. If I'm that interested.
Yeah. I might read it. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I wouldn't like if I came across it and was like, "Oh, hey, I think I read the other one." I might read it, but I'm not going to go out of my way to find it.
Yeah, so sometimes I have that where I'm able to like, read a book, or I'll read a book and like if I won't think much of it, but if I see like the next one of it,
yeah, you'll be like, "Oh, okay."
Part of me just might want to like read it again.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. If I find it. And it's not expensive, I'd be like, "Yeah, sure, what the hell."
Well, as long as that creepy girl ain't in it, though.
Oh, what, the
creepy cop.
The creepy cop who has the need to talk about child.
She just shows up, she's like, hey, I'm glad you found those kids. And, it totally wasn't child porn. I did a lot of research.
Like, dude, we know.
It's like, lady,
what the fuck is wrong with you?
Lady, stop it.
Hey, I'm like an expert. You guys want to talk about it? And you're like, whoa, like, I'm not Jared from Subway. Like, like I have no interest in whatever the fuck's going on with you. So, yeah.
No thanks.
No thank you. All right, we're back.
We're back, yes. Here on Worst Collection Ever, here on Sideshow Network.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. So let's get into our Marvel selection of the week. The Champions.
Ooh.
The Champions of Los Angeles.
Such a ridiculous book.
And if you're not familiar with the Champions, it was a very short-lived team in the 70s. And maybe once or twice a few other times. That consisted mostly of, like heroes that nobody knew what to do with.
Yeah. Heroes in quotation marks. They just really wanted a team-up book. I think that's what it was. They were like, we need another team book. These guys aren't doing anything. Now they're on a team.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's exactly what happened. So this is Champions.
Champions number 8 from... Oh, wow, 76. Yeah, Champions number 8 from October 1976.
Oh, man.
The Champions featuring, in this issue, Hercules, Black Widow, Angel, Ghost Rider, and Iceman. Not really so much Black Widow.
Oh, yeah.
But the other guys are in it.
Black Widow gets shafted all the time.
Well, she's, damsel in distress here, so...
Yeah.
But basically, so it starts off with them getting a bunch of pictures.
Yeah.
Which I think...
it's weird. So some dude has apparently shown up at their headquarters with a bunch of pictures. Like Polaroids, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. So he's got a bunch of pictures, and everybody's looking at these pictures, and they're all showing a lot of teeth to, indicate that they're very upset about what's going on.
I'm so angry, too.
So...
Yeah. So and it's, they're looking at these pictures, and they're in their lawyer's office, I guess.
Yeah, and also their headquarters, I guess.
It's a lawyer's office and their headquarters.
Yeah.
I like when they're in their lawyer's office.
Yeah, it's always fun. That happens a lot in Marvel books, I've noticed.
There's a lot of lawyers.
Yeah, a lot of lawyers in the Marvel universe.
A lot of hey, we're going to go to my lawyer's office. I'm like, why? Do we have to?
That's where we got to hang out, guys. If there's a team-up book and they're not like an Avenger, they are going to be at their lawyer's office.
Right.
But these pictures are of Black Widow getting her ass handed to her by some dude in a metal suit.
Well, really, yeah. It's she's getting beat up by Titanium Man.
Yeah.
But these really good pictures.
Yeah, they're great pictures. They're not blurry at all.
Yeah, they're
these are action shots.
These are great actions.
And they're really good ones.
I can't you can't take this good of a photo on your phone.
No. This guy would have a really good career photographing sports.
Yeah.
And that's probably what he should be doing. But so yeah, they're all pissed off, and Hercules is here, and he talks like Thor, and he sucks.
He talks like Thor, but feels like he talks even more like Thor than Thor does.
Yeah, it's
really annoying.
It's awful.
And I always find him I'm always fascinated.
I'm fascinated by his shoes because his thigh-high gladiator sandals.
Oh, yeah, that's his thing. That's what he looks.
Anyway.
But he's because it's funny because he shows up in a lot of these. He's been around in the Marvel universe forever.
And they don't know what to do with him, I think.
Well, I mean, it's just why is Hercules there? Why does it have to be Hercules? We all know who Hercules is. Why does he
my question is, does it have to be the actual Hercules? Why can't it just be, a dude calling himself Hercules? But he's, actually a god.
Yeah, he's
the
actually...
one from Greek legend, and you're just okay. Why? Anyway.
So her and it's the Black Widow and
some dude,
the commissar.
Yeah,
the commissar's in town. He's been captured with her.
Yes,
I forgot. I don't really know. There's something to do where I think either he or this guy with the mustache, this Ivan guy, is her mentor.
I think it's the commissar.
Okay.
Because they refer to him as her teacher.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
And she just realized this, I guess, recently, though.
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're my teacher, even though you taught me.
And, so, who's the guy who brought these pictures?
So this is Rampage.
Okay, so Rampage apparently went to their lawyer's office to bring these pictures, and when he shows these pictures to these guys, they, of course, do what everybody does in the superhero book, and starts threatening to kick asses.
Well, yeah.
So, Hercules wants to beat him up, and Ivan wants to beat him up, and Iceman's yelling at everybody, because they're upset because the Widow got taken down.
Yeah.
But that's not really... Fighting this guy isn't going to help them.
No, he has nothing to do. And it's weird because
Like, he's literally like a messenger.
he's literally like a messenger, but even though he has to wear this giant exosuit.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not a giant, it's just an exosuit. And he's been around in other... Actually, it's funny because...
What's his deal? Like, here it just seems like somebody paid him to bring these pictures
So
over.
so basically his story is he's a guy who... He had this idea... He's one of those... He's kind of like every other guy that's in tech in Marvel books where, like, I had this idea for a suit, and then I got fired, and somebody stole it, so now I'm going to take that suit, and I'm going to use it for whatever.
Whatever purpose.
Yeah, whatever. And that's basically what his main lot in life has been, main line has been.
I get it.
Because, but it's like something to do with... I forgot what exactly, but he's like...
Lots of dudes making suits in the Marvel universe.
Yeah. But he's like the Marvel. Like apparently he's also like he calls himself the Recession Raiders because I guess he's a recession-based superhero. Because and then
I wish that at this moment right now, I wish this was a video podcast so people can see what my facial expression is. Because I really can't put this into words.
He shows up in some issues of Wonder Man too, which this is why I was actually surprised to see him in this book. So I was like. I didn't realize he was here, but I didn't realize he was around in the Marvel universe as long as he was. But he is.
Can facial expressions make a sound?
Yes.
Mine's like, that's what mine sounds like. Now. So I'm just like over this guy.
So he's just like
he's dumb.
So he's
also his mask is stupid.
It is stupid.
Like look at that right there. That's like when you put on those glasses
fake
with
noses.
The fake nose. Like that's
he has like a fake. He has a
like
fake
red.
tech nose.
It's I'm like you're terrible.
And his suit just looks awful.
Yeah, it just looks dumb. This guy sucks. And so instead of being like, "Hey, I'm just the messenger," he's like, "I'm gonna fight you," haha. And everybody starts yelling at each other.
Yeah, it's a big yelly fight, and
like
then
Angel's there.
Well, Angel's there because he's a part of this team.
Yeah, he's on this team.
And
Iceman, who
what
is Iceman?
Iceman always seems kind of useless.
Yeah,
I know he's very much like a powerful. He's very
right. Like what a cool power.
He's very powerful, but anytime you see him, he's just like a guy literally covered in ice, and it's just like it just screams of being boring.
Yeah, it kind of does, and I don't know why. I kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah, so he's here, but they're yelling at this guy, and apparently,
and they're like, who did this? And it's like, oh, it's the Outcast did this,
the Outcast.
And he's doing it because of
Andre 3000 and Big Boy did it. Yeah, Outcast.
That's why it's Polaroids.
Yeah, that's why. Because he's like shaking like a Polaroid picture.
Exactly. Bring these to the champions or whatever the fuck their name is.
It's like the Beyonce's to the Lucy Liu's in this picture.
It's funny. So like, then, I mean, really, I don't understand. They're just yelling at each other at this point. They're like, you're lying, no, you're lying, now we're going to punch each other, now we're going to fight. And then all of a sudden, So
I'm trying to figure out here.
I'm trying to figure out why does he...
So he grabs like a bookend.
That looks like a horse, and he smashes it in his hand, but that doesn't seem to do much of anything except prove that he can smash a bookend in his hand.
And then he's like, look.
Which, when you're standing there with Hercules, that just isn't shit. Sorry, bro.
Because, Hercules would just, look at it.
I'm like, that's not that fucking impressive right now, guy. Like, you have a dude standing here who can literally make ice out of the moisture in the air.
Yeah.
And all you just did is smash a book.
You have a man with wings.
Yeah.
Literal wings. And he's just like,
wings.
He's like, look, I can crush
they're on his back. They're not like a fucking suit. Those are real. And you're just like, I smashed a bookend. It's like, okay.
Look, I can smash this can of beer in my head. I'm special.
With, like, the shittiest mutant. Like Cyclops.
Yeah.
So, then this guy's like, okay, so I'm gonna fight you. And he, taps the center part of his suit. And it's supposed to do something, I guess. But instead it accidentally explodes.
Wait, so you think it was on purpose?
I thought he was gonna do something.
Because he's like, once I press this stud, you're gonna have first verbal contact with my employer direct from hell. And then he blows up. But
I didn't think he did it on purpose. I thought that was going to give him more power or something. You know how Bane.
No, he was pressing this button to give him to have them talk to his employer. That's what I thought.
So it's a communicator.
He was going to be he's like, I'm going to use this phone, and then it explodes.
I got to call my buddy, and it exploded.
Hang on, let me text my buddy. Explode.
I thought he was getting ready for a serious fight, so I thought he hit that to give his suit more power, like Bane would give himself more venom.
No, I thought, yeah, I am...
Okay, I think you're probably right. And then he explodes. And everybody's like, oh no, and like, everything goes flying everywhere.
Everything goes flying everywhere except for, here's the thing though, when an explosion like this goes off in like a room, like how come the whole room isn't on fire?
It really should be.
I mean, it kind of is, but it's not.
The fact that...
Even though this room apparently is huge...
It has to be gigantic.
Because everybody finds themselves to be saved.
Yeah, it's like not just a room, it's like a whole floor of an office building, apparently.
Yeah.
Because everybody else is fine, and like...
Yeah, and there's the ice shield.
And then outside...
So now we go outside, and as this is happening, we run into Dark Star and Griffin, two of these additional geeks that are involved with this operation.
Yes, and apparently they were the ones who caused this guy to blow up.
Oh, okay. So
that's my reading of this, right?
It is okay. So they knew he was going to blow up.
Yeah, like
I get the impression that they had a rig in this.
Yeah, he must have been on purpose, and they knew he was going to do it, and so he blew up.
And even though he got paid, then they just basically less. Yeah. That's, I guess I feel like this was intentional.
It was a weird setup. Yeah, and then they were just hanging out waiting for him to explode. Is that how this is going? They're like, hopefully he'll actually explode.
Yeah, can we get lunch?
No, he's going to explode.
No, he's going to explode any moment now.
As soon as he tries to call us.
As soon as he tries, we're just cell phone explosive. We're just going to hover out here
because they were the ones who orchestrated this whole thing.
Well, whoever their master is.
Right, but obviously they're working for whoever orchestrated this whole thing.
Yuri, who, reveals himself later. Yeah. But,
so they're like, okay, well, let's fly away.
This feels like the plot of, a Taken movie.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Because all these Russians and
a lot of Russians.
all these Eastern European people, it kind of makes me think of is Liam Neeson going to show up?
He should, actually. That'd be great.
It's like it's like instead of being taken, you're about to blow up. Very 57 kills.
You're going to be exploded.
You're going to be exploded. That'd be great if it was called Exploded.
That should be the next Liam Neeson franchise. Exploded.
My daughter, hide under the bed.
It actually
you're about to be exploded.
It kind of was like the plot of the last one. Remember when his daughter was running around?
Oh, that was the second one.
No, it was the third one.
No, we haven't seen the third one.
No, it was the third one.
No, the third one.
Yeah, the one where he gets taken is the third one. The second one was where his wife gets taken. We have totally seen the third one.
No, we have not.
Yes, we have.
Stop it.
Yeah,
Stop.
no, I'm serious.
No, we haven't.
Okay. Yes, we have. Yes, we have.
No, listen.
Yes.
No, okay, listen.
I'm listening.
So, first one, his daughter gets taken. Second one, his wife gets taken because they go to Turkey and she starts throwing the grenades.
Nope, that's in the third one.
No, because in the third one, the wife dies.
Okay.
It's in the trailer.
Okay.
And he's on the run, so his freedom has been taken.
No.
I am so right. I've not seen the movie because I know there's that shot of him with the bear, with the stuffed bear, and that picture, that thing right there.
Right?
And that wasn't a movie.
I swear to God, I've seen this movie.
God damn it. Here's the thing. This is the thing. Okay, so earlier this week, I saw somebody that came in for a podcast before. And I was like, and I hate, because this always sounds really creepy and really weird, but I'm like, hey, you've been here before, and they're like, no. I'm like, yes, you have. I have it on a good authority that I know you were here because I've been here for 3 years. And this girl's like, I had no idea. And I'm like, come on. Just because I have a good memory, you're going to... I feel like I'm going to be creeped now because I remember things. This is bullshit. It's bullshit. And I'm right. You're looking at the...
I'm looking at the plot. Hold on.
The plot is...
I am looking at the plot.
The freedom is taken, and then Forrest Whitaker's in it.
You might be right.
I am right.
I think you're right, babe. You're right. So the second one is the one where he gets taken and his daughter's running around sitting off.
He doesn't get taken.
Well, he does. He's been captured.
He gets his wife gets captured.
No, he's been captured. So his daughter, and I believe his wife's also been captured, but his daughter is running around lighting off bombs, and he's counting to figure out exactly where she is. Do you remember that part?
Yes. I remember.
That's what I'm talking about.
I remember that part. Yes. Is that the one also with the wolves?
Oh, that is obviously a separate movie. I know that it's a separate movie.
Are you sure? That's number 3, isn't it?
That's taken 4.
When he takes a wolf.
That's taken 2.5.
He takes a wolf to the vet. And he's going to be taken to the vet. They're going to come home and give you some treats.
And I am going... I was so excited about that movie because he fucking tapes broken bottles to his knuckles. And I was like, oh, he's going to actually punch wolves. And he doesn't actually punch wolves.
There's a scene at the end, too, that we missed. There's a stinger at the end where it's him laying next to the wolves.
No, I remember that. We did see that.
I didn't see that. No, we didn't. I told you about it. But we didn't stay for it.
No, maybe we watched it online. Because I swear I've seen it.
I don't think I've seen it.
I feel like maybe I've seen it. Because they're just laying, and like both of them are like shallowly breathing or whatever.
Oh, well, that's what happened.
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Grey 2.
No, I've seen it.
Even wolfer.
There was no wolf punching, and I was so disappointed.
Well, back to this fucking book.
Anyway.
So, there's a big fire and explosions, and...
Yeah, there's a fire. Iceman puts out the fire.
Iceman makes himself useful.
Yes. And
actually, this is one of my favorite parts. So, like, I like Ghost Rider.
He's just standing there like...
Ghost Rider, because Ghost Rider's, like, he's always, like, very, like he says... He's like, because when he's not Johnny Blaze...
Right.
He's Ghost Rider. He's taken over by the spirit of vengeance.
Right,
whatever. Zarathos, whatever it is. And he's like... he's always talking... like vengeance,
right.
But here he's just like, he's
just like, nice work.
Yeah, he's like, because Iceman's like, I'm gonna put out this fires because I'm an Iceman, and he's like, nice work. And I'm like,
all right,
hey, good job.
Yeah, and like I love the next panel actually, where Hercules is catching, like, he's moving the desk. And he's like, that was a blast of astounding force. These oaken furnishings flew in the wake, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, dude, that was just like fucking fiberboard from Ikea. Like, that's not oak. Like, nobody tell him.
Nobody tell him this entire office was furnished by Ikea with horse meatballs and Flugenstag.
Yeah, don't fucking tell him that, like, nothing here is actually, like, worth anything. Just let him believe that we have oak furnishings.
This Briarwood door is... fabulous, but I'm so upset that it.
And the other favorite part is that, like, Angel's costume gets destroyed.
Well, here, let's be honest here.
This stupid.
It looks like a stupid fucking costume.
It's a really fucking stupid costume, but, like, my favorite part is, like, from now on until he replaces his costume, every time you see him, he's just holding it, like, staring at the shreds.
He's like,
it's ridiculous.
I look ridiculous, don't I? It's like, no, I know.
You
have a fucking giant wings, bro. You idiot.
So the lawyer's like, he's like, is it safe? What's going on?
I didn't realize being a lawyer would be so intense. Oh, yeah, that's right, because we read the fucking, that Power Man Fire Iron Fist. And
their lawyer got stolen?
Yeah.
He got taken?
Do not be a lawyer
in the Marvel
Universe.
Unless you're Daredevil. But then you're blind.
Well, then you're already... Yeah, then it already sucks. You're like, if you were a lawyer in the... If you're She-Hulk, she got turned into friggin' She-Hulk.
Yeah, she's a lawyer.
Yeah. Do not ever...
And she's also aware she's in a comic book.
I know. She's got a rough life.
So it's going weird for her.
She knows that there's idiots out there like this in here.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So then this guy is like... They're like, oh my god, is that guy dead? And he's not dead.
Turns out he's not dead from having his chest exploded.
He really should be dead. Like, it should.
He looks great. He actually looks great.
He does. He looks great. He should have died instantly, but apparently he's not dead. And he has, like, some last words for Ivan.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, so he has he's talking shit.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. This next, like...
Oh, this is so stupid.
Okay, I'm just going to sum this up. They argue for the next, like, 2 pages as to whether or not they should either go try to find Black Widow or take this guy to the hospital.
Yeah, and there's like 7 dudes there.
There's 7 dudes there, one of which has a fucking fire motorcycle, and another one has actual wings.
He has literal fucking wings. And they argue.
And Iceman could do it too. He's a nice guy.
Yeah.
He could just
and
do
they
like,
literally argue if they should go after Black Widow or if they should, like, call an ambulance. And you're like, you can't, like, leave your lawyers to take care of this guy and call an ambulance. Or you can't have one guy fly off and, like, deposit him at the thing and meet up with the rest of the team. No, they've got to argue about this shit. Because there's also, which was not mentioned, I don't know if it's mentioned yet, I think it's mentioned right after Ghost Rider decides he's going to take this guy to the hospital.
Yeah.
And this is stupid because Ghost Rider's like, I'm going to take him to the hospital. And the guy with wings, Angel's like, wait, I'm faster. Like, I can take him. And he's like, no, I'll race you. I'm out. And he's like, and when I get back, either we'll go find Widow or I'll go by myself. And you're like, okay, whatever. And then, like, he leaves, and then we find out that they have to, like, have a press conference, and that this has been, like, going on, that they're supposed to, like, meet with the press.
Okay, guys, check this out. We are
16 pages in!
16 pages. They have not left the fucking lawyer's office.
They're still in the office.
They're still in this goddamn office.
And there's Angel looking sad about his costume.
With his jazzercise headband.
And they're like, no one's going to want to come to our press conference now because
Do you think Hercules just stands like that all the time?
Yes.
With his hands like...
Yes. Yes.
Why does he sound like a horse?
He's a douche. Hercules is like the worst kind of douche.
Oh, he's the worst. He's
absolutely the worst.
He shows up in a lot of some of these other books too, and he's like he talks the same way, and I'm like,
everyone hates him.
I'm like, go to a Ren Fair and fucking die, right? You idiot! I hate you.
Ren Fair is the closest thing we can get. We don't have Greek fairs.
We don't have Greek fairs. Just go to this Ren Fair and just be like, huzzah! And then they'll be like, yeah, close enough.
Yeah,
close. Nice sandals, bro.
Fucking close enough, bro.
Nice sandal boots, or whatever the fuck you call those.
And so...
Actually, I kind of want to take a picture because it looks like he's pointing to... I just want to be like, what are those?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, I kind of want to take a picture of that.
So then everybody's like, well, the press is supposed to be here. We should, like, figure this out. And Ivan's like, I'm going to the lab. Fuck this. Then he, like, leaves.
Yeah, wait, what?
I don't know, because he's like...
Oh, he goes to a lab because he's got, like, science.
And I don't know, like, why they don't go after Black Widow immediately. He's like, no, I'm going to go to my lab instead.
Well, and everything, he has this reaction where he just goes, he's like, look, you guys can't get your shit together, and it's like, you call yourself, and, like, you have this group, and I was like, I was going to tell, like, Black Widow you should join this group.
But I don't think
so. But now you guys are a bunch of assholes, so it's like, you guys are ridiculous, and he runs out, and it's like... Yeah, he's kind of right.
Well, he is kind of right. Yeah.
And here's the thing, though. It's something like, I think in later issue, like, it's been referenced later when, like, Iceman or Angel, it comes up, like, to them when they talk about the champions, that they go, man, we really sucked. Like, they acknowledge how, like, shitty of a team this was.
Well, it's a shitty team.
Because it was the same. Because
they still haven't left the office. So, like... He runs off.
Oh, they leave the office because...
And then they're like, oh, well, we need to clean this up because of this press conference?
Because they're going to announce that they're the champions of Los Angeles. They're going to announce that they're
the champions. And so everybody starts, like, cleaning up, and Iceman's like, you know what, this sucks. I'm going to go see what Ivan's up to. And he leaves. So he, like, stops off.
He stops off. I mean, because he's literally pushing a broom.
Yeah, it is.
Iceman is literally pushing a broom.
Their teamwork literally is just like, let's clean up the office.
He even calls, like, this sounds like a lot of, like, a manure to me.
Yeah.
You couldn't have said it any better.
Because Hercules is like, let me tell you about the time I had to clean out some king's stall, which is an old Greek legend, whatever. But, like, he's like, yeah, this is a bunch of shit. And so he, like, storms off.
He's like, you know what, you're an asshole.
Yeah. And so finally we get to see what's going on with Black Widow, and she is in an abandoned warehouse in Venice, of all places.
Okay, well, here's the thing. You want to know something? This is actually a historic issue in Marvel.
Oh, yeah?
This is the first appearance of Venice, California in a Marvel comic.
Is it really?
According to the Marvel Wiki, that is the case.
Oh, man.
So this should be... Can I get this signed by Venice?
Go to the city?
Can I just go to the beach and, like, have some hobo sign
I was going to say, if you just, like...
And some, like, guy at the beach, on the beach, beach.
What if we just took this comic and we just put it down on a grease stain, like on an oil stain in a parking lot in Venice?
Yeah, why?
Because then it would, like, leave a mark, and that would be Venice signing it.
But it would ruin the comic.
Well, so would some hobo guy spitting on it or whatever.
Can you sign this?
I don't know.
Here, I sign it. You think I have a pen? If I had a pen, I'd be able to sign a check and get myself out of here.
You wanted the city of Venice to sign it. That is mine. It's no weirder than, like, asking some random dude on the street.
Would the mayor of Venice, would he be sufficient?
Yeah, if you can get the mayor of Venice to sign this.
Look, these buildings. It's like, yeah,
it's you. Yeah, it's weird because, like, I feel like Marvel did a lot more with, like, trying to establish a presence in California than DC ever did.
DC is like, fuck you,
and
California.
I'm not really sure if DC was just like, all of our shit's made up, we don't care.
We have like 30 made-up cities, guys.
Yeah, and Marvel was like, well, we use actual New York, so let's use actual LA. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing. Before we get to that, Hercules is like, he's like, look, we got to do this press conference because Hercules, at thy side, the mere mortals will not give a thought of anything but the magnificence of our presence, especially if there'll be ladies in the audience.
Yeah, this guy sucks balls.
Because he's just gonna stand there with his hands on his hips and he's just gonna fuck all the women.
Well, at least he thinks he's gonna fuck all the women.
Yeah, well.
If I had balls, I would teabag Hercules. He's just like the fucking worst. Like, I just want to shove balls in his face. I don't have any balls. It's very, very upsetting. Can I get those truck nuts?
Yeah. Just when he's on stage, just throw them at him. Boo!
Boo! Hit you with truck nuts. Also a terrible product.
Oh yeah. So I just realized here. So the commissar, is the teacher, not
right.
Okay, I thought we were. No, okay, I thought we said earlier.
Yeah,
the commissar in town.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Okay, so actually, real quick, this is weird.
It's weird because the letters page is like in the middle of the story.
Well, this is not uncommon for DC
or Marvel.
You know, for Marvel to do this. They have this a lot, but it's called the Cables of Champions, which makes no friggin' sense.
It does because that's how they used to call messages were like cables. You had to cable a message.
Well, I don't like it.
That's stupid.
But that's
like, it starts with a C, and so does Champions, we win.
Do you like this ad?
I don't know what's it for.
For Very, Very Special People, the book. Did you see this?
Oh, so it's like a sideshow book.
It's like a sideshow book, which properly enough for a sideshow network. But yeah, it's like one of those like circus freaks book.
Yeah.
But like, you know,
I'm trying to like that one. It's hard to see what that one is.
I think it's an ape man.
Is it like
I think there's a small face.
It kind of looks like the one that they used in Humbug, the X-Files episode about circus freaks, where they had the sheriff was Jim the dog face boy.
Yeah, well,
and it was a picture that looked like that.
Well, that's
and he had like a lot of hair.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah,
so.
It's a great episode, by the way.
Oh man,
it's really good.
X-Files.
Yeah, I can't wait.
So we're in a warehouse in Venice, California. Venice Beach, California. Hulk Hogan was just getting his start right now.
Yep. And so finally she wakes up, like Widow wakes up, and there's Darkstar.
Just outside, Arnold Schwarzenegger is bench pressing.
Yeah. That's what's going on.
This is the time we're talking about.
And he's like, hey, can I get you anything?
Yeah.
She's very nice for being
very nice, and she kind of has, like, she does, like, the cool teacher sit on a chair.
Yeah, she's like, hey, let's rap, kids.
Hey, kids, I'm going to tell you about drugs and why you shouldn't do them. And later in life, how you'll be better if you don't do drugs.
Right, like, she's like, let's rap.
Let's rap about AIDS.
And she's like, well, don't, soon you're
Let's rap about VD.
Yeah. Widow's like, I just want to know what's going on. Could you tell me? She's like, no, not yet, but, myself and the Griffin and Yuri, and you'll see what's going on soon.
Yeah, and then Titanium Man shows up, which I like he just shows up in this giant friggin' suit.
Dang. I'm assuming that thing must be loud as fuck, too. It was like, crash. You
don't think you think nobody in Venice is like, Jesus Christ, this building is shaking because there's a giant
just like earthquake,
suit.
Whatever.
Earthquake, yeah.
Because really, I mean, that does happen when you get to the point where it's like only like a 3.2. You're like, whatever.
Every time earthquake happens here, I always think it's a truck.
Well, yeah, when they're like a 3.2, they feel like a big truck just drove by the building.
Yeah, it's nothing. So it feels like Titanium Man.
Yeah, so it's just like whatever, earthquake.
So he's like, she's like, you're kind of getting soft. And, he's kind of giving her flack for that.
Yeah.
And she's like, but hey, because she's like, oh, well, I sense there's more to Yuri's attack than his mere desire to serve his country because she is beautiful.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's a thing going on here. She ends up being a good guy later, Darkstar.
Yeah.
Or Blacks, whatever, Darkstar, yeah.
Yeah, and so, then they're like, oh, this is going to be our choice. Like, things are going to happen when we say they're going to happen, and then Titanium Man gets zapped.
I actually kind of like this because he's standing here and somehow he just gets shot with a... It's like, again, you're in a small shitty house.
Tight enclosed space here, people.
A house that just... I'm assuming this hasn't been rented.
This it's boarded up. Like, there's pictures of, like, how the lighting fixture's broken, and, like, there's boards on the windows, so this thing is probably not structurally sound, and this guy just, like, Crimson Avenger shows up and zaps him in the back. Crimson
Dynamo.
I'm sorry. Crimson Dynamo.
Who is
same person.
Our buddy Yuri.
Yep. And also the son of Ivan.
Which I call horse shit because Ivan and...
They look the same age.
They look exactly the same age.
They're the same age. So maybe you could say he's my brother.
But they are Russian, so maybe,
sure.
It's just the Middle Eastern. Everybody looks the same age.
Yeah, okay. Eastern Europeans?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So...
There's a lot of ads in this book.
There's not a lot of story.
That's true. Yeah. I mean, they never fucking left their lawyer's office.
Ooh, a chemical light. Neat.
Is that like a glow stick?
I'm assuming it's a glow stick.
Yeah.
6-inch light stick developed for Navy. Oh, so the Navy...
It's a glow stick.
It's a glow stick.
Yeah.
This is before people had fun.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So now we have Ivan and Iceman on a rooftop.
And they're like, he was in the lab trying to figure out this tracking device thing, because I guess, like, Yuri or the commissar in town has a black pearl of some sort that allows him to be tracked.
Sure.
So Yuri creates together the thing, and he's like, well, all right, well, Iceman's like, well, you know what? I know we were being assholes to each other earlier, but let's go take care of this.
Yeah.
So hang on. So he takes him to the widow.
Yeah, so Iceman's gonna go follow this trail of the pearl.
Okay.
And he's gonna, on his ice thing, and he's gonna take Ivan. So as that's happening, we finally get back to Ghost Rider and his flaming motorcycle.
Who still hasn't gotten this guy to the
hospital, which there's okay. I mean, whatever. And
so you suck. He sucks at driving.
It's just the way he's holding this guy is ridiculous. It's just like, ugh.
Well, he's holding this guy, and it's like, he's on his motorcycle, and
which looks like it's above all the cars.
Well, because apparently he's very fast on this motorcycle, so he's lane splitting and all that stuff.
But this looks like he's above a car.
Because he's doing jumps.
Yeah, so, he should have gotten there already if he can fly above cars.
And this guy apparently is dying or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
So he shows up at the hospital.
And he literally dumps the guy on the gurney. And he's like...
And, the hospital guy's like, we're not taking that. And you're like, what the fuck? In what world are you not taking a critically injured man? And so Ghost Rider has to, yell at him.
And basically says, if he dies, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah, I'm coming back for you if you don't take care of him. And then this guy's like, oh, yeah, And then the other guy's like, dude, shut up. We have a patient. Let's just stop fighting with this guy and get this guy in to seriously needed medical care.
Why are you doubting a man with a flaming head?
Why would you even fight with a guy whose head is on fire? That's the
And he came here literally on a flaming motorcycle.
Flying motorcycle.
You idiot.
A flaming flying motorcycle. He is a skull on fire. And you're fighting with him because you are an idiot.
Yeah. No, he's not very brave.
No.
So, but we go. So now we're back.
Finally, Angel has a new suit.
Yeah, finally, Angel has a suit. It's one of his old suits from when he was with the X-Men.
Yeah, he's like, I thought I retired this. He's like, oh, it's still good.
But he's had the suit. This is a suit that he has for a while.
I like how Angel's plot in his story arc has revolved around his outfit.
Yes,
that's all. That is the only thing he's cared about this entire issue is his outfit.
Like, guys, I need to look handsome.
He's just been so bummed out about the clothing, the whole fucking issue. So then, and I don't know why they had to clean up the office, because the whole thing was we have to clean up the office because the press is coming.
Because these two idiots finally leave the office.
No, but the thing is they're we have to clean up this office because the press will be here any minute, and oh no, the fucking press conference is outside. So why was that even a thing?
Most of Los Angeles is there.
Yeah, all of it.
Where, why, I don't know.
Oh.
Because today, the whole History Watch is a new superhero team.
As if there's no TV.
Yeah. I remember the day the Fantastic Four got started. It's the same feeling now, somebody says in the audience.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Whatever. Bunch of losers.
Yeah, so Angel's like, I'm so afraid.
Why are you not terrified by the man with wings?
Yeah.
It's like a man with wings is talking to us, and then there's also Hercules. The actual Hercules is there.
Like the guy from the book.
And you don't think something bad's going to happen? Like, you know, you're just sitting there in this audience thinking everything's going to be fine. No. Welcome, champs.
And so Angel gets up and gives this speech.
Oh, this is actual Jerry Brown, the governor of California.
Yeah, he's there.
He's there dressed like he's wearing a tuxedo.
Sure.
For some reason, like he's going to a wedding or something.
Yeah.
So this
is a wedding.
It is a wedding. Yeah, they're getting married.
They're marrying.
They're marrying Angel and Hercules are getting married.
This is the best wedding.
Yeah, it's good. It's good wedding.
I'm glad that Hercules opted for no shirt to his own wedding.
No shirt, and he's like, I'm gonna get married in front of all these ladies. All right.
Yeah, ladies, look at me marrying a dude. This will pull it down.
So he's getting so Angel's doing this speech, and it's whatever.
Yeah, nobody cares. But as he's giving this speech,
assholes show up.
Crimson Dynamo,
Titanium Man, and Griffin
show up to throw down.
And I like Titanium Man. He calls him "Death to the Dogs of the West."
Yeah, because he's Russian.
I know, but I like that.
That's fun.
I like that. That's cool.
I actually like that Griffin looks like
a griffin.
No, he kind of looks like a cat with a giant mane.
He does. He's got this giant.
He looks like one of those Persian cats with just like all that fucking hair everywhere.
Giant, floofy hair.
Yeah.
But no, it's just them by themselves. It's just Angel and Hercules. They're like, all right, well, I guess we gotta stop him, because Iceman's gone. And
Ghost Rider knows where anybody is. Nobody's like, we're gonna go find Natasha, guys.
This team sucks.
Yeah, they're just literally the worst.
Somehow on the cover, they're all there, but they're getting their ass kicked. There's nobody there.
And that's the thing. There's no plan. They're just like doing whatever they want to do. They're just like they're terrible.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it for this book. And next issue is the Battle of Los Angeles.
Oh shit.
Would you want to read that?
No.
Why?
Well, maybe. I'll go with a maybe. Because they're a terrible team.
Right.
Which is why I don't want to read it. Because I'm just like, you guys are terrible at this. Like, you have no...
Oh, they're really bad.
There's no structure. There's no plan.
They didn't think it out at all. They're like, hey,
they're just like, we're a bunch of guys, now we're a team. And you're like, no, like, that's not how this works.
Yeah.
I doubt they will overcome these issues.
Well, obviously they didn't.
To become a functional team by the end of the series.
Book doesn't last very long.
No, so yeah. So I mean, if I saw it, if you handed it to me, I'd probably read it. But I'm not going to seek this out.
If somebody hands this to you, so you'd have to seek you down and be like, Jen.
If someone's like, Jen, read this, I'll be like, alright.
I might.
I mean, really, that's how you can get me to read stuff. Just hand it to me. I'll be like, alright.
I'll read it. Because it's the Battle of Los Angeles. Only because I want to know if it's the Battle of Los Angeles. I want to know if it gets anywhere near the street that I live on.
I'm going to doubt. I'm going to say no.
They're like, oh no, we took the 10 to the 405, and now we're stuck.
Well, yeah.
Now we're at Tommy's Burger.
Burger.
Are they going to put a Dunkin' Donuts here in the future?
Can we go to In-N-Out?
Yes, I hope that's where it was like, hey, my fresh burger from In-N-Out. Explode. You're going to be exploded.
Yes.
A very special set of skills.
Yes.
You got to hide under the bed.
And explode.
Sorry
about that.
It was good to have you as my daughter.
Dad, what are your skills? Just telling you about bombs. Just telling you when you're going to explode. That's my skill.
I didn't tell you sooner because I was afraid you were going to explode. But now you're going to explode.
But now you really are going to explode.
Because I told you.
Yeah. You're like, why couldn't you have told me so we could prevent it? No, that's not part of my skill.
It's not my skill. My skill is not to prevent explosions.
My skill is just to inform about
explosions. It's just to inform and activate explosions.
Sorry.
Of my loved ones.
Sorry, not sorry. Dead.
That would have been a good... That movie probably wouldn't have been as well remembered. Or would have.
That movie's so fucking ridiculous.
That's a great movie.
It's a great movie.
I I haven't seen 2 in a while, and I still want to see 3.
The one? Oh no, what was the one?
That was Unknown.
Was it the one on the plane?
No, that was Nonstop.
You're like, that was this one. No, it was this one.
Well, there's a whole bunch of them. There's a whole bunch. There's that one he did called Walk in the Tombstones. That's when he's in a graveyard.
Yeah,
I don't know if I don't know if it's. Sadly, I don't think it's anything to do with zombies.
No.
Because I would totally take Brian Mills from Taken fighting zombies and be like,
yeah,
you're going to be decapitated. I have a very special set of skills.
Yeah.
And now, now that there's zombies, they all go out the window because they don't mean shit. Because now I have to learn how to use a shovel to murder zombies.
That'd be great.
I have a very specific set of
So what was the
skills.
Unknown?
That was the one with January Jones and...
Oh, no, that was terrible.
We saw that for cheap.
We did see that.
We saw that for cheap.
We did.
I had
and
cheap hot dogs.
Awful.
Yeah.
I'm glad we saw it at the cheap theater.
Yeah, well, that was a January movie.
Well, yeah.
They're all January movies.
We still saw it for cheap because it was that fucking terrible. We saw The Grey on opening night.
We did.
Yeah.
God, why?
And I saw the plane one, like, on Netflix or something.
No, we watched it on HBO.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, streaming. So we saw that, and that was bad. And stupid.
But I haven't seen him walking through the gravestones.
I'd watch that.
And I haven't seen Taken 3. I've yet to see all the there's a few of those.
Taken Oeuvre.
Taken Oeuvre. Taken Oeuvre. Anyways.
All right.
Anyways, that's it for this week's show. Thanks for listening. Make sure that you guys catch us at Kamikaze this year.
Yay, we still don't know when.
We don't have our date.
But it will be at Kamikaze.
It will be there one of those 3 days. We'll make the announcement shortly. Make sure you check back with us often, and we will make sure we announce it.
Mm-hmm.
But we're very excited for that.
Yeah.
And you can find me on Twitter at Angry Hero Shawn, SHAWN. You also find my Tumblr, theangryhero.tumblr.com, and my Instagram is Angry Hero Shawn.
Yeah.
And what about you?
You can find me at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. JenStansfield.tumblr.com, JenStansfield.wordpress.com.
All right, folks, that's it for this week. We'll talk to you soon.
Bye.